Night falls over a city glowing with thousands of lights. Behind a locked apartment door, someone slips on noise-canceling headphones, silences their phone, and finally enjoys a few quiet moments alone. No one is watching. No one is interrupting. We call this privacy. But here is the astonishing truth. For more than 99% of human history, this moment simply did not exist. There was a time when people slept shoulder to shoulder, shared every meal around the same fire, and woke to the sound of everyone breathing beside them. Back then, being alone was never freedom. It was often the first sign that death was close. So how did humanity spend thousands of years building walls to protect privacy, only to discover those same walls could also become the birthplace of loneliness? Imagine living your entire life without a bedroom, a locked door, or even a place where no one could see you. That was reality for our hunter-gatherer ancestors. For nearly 300,000 years, humans survived in small bands of 15 to 50 people. Everyone slept together, ate together, and traveled together. Privacy, as we know it today, simply did not exist. Yet something remarkable happened. Instead of building walls, humans built invisible social rules. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer groups have discovered that these communities developed subtle ways to protect personal space. Couples waited until the campfire burned low before seeking intimacy. People walked just far enough from camp to avoid being seen, but never so far that predators became a threat. Most fascinating of all was an unspoken agreement shared by everyone. If someone needed a private moment, others deliberately looked away. They pretended not to notice. That silent act of respect became an invisible wall stronger than stone. Some societies, such as the Mbute people of Central Africa, traditionally had no direct word for privacy. Being completely alone often meant only one thing. You were lost, abandoned, or in terrible danger. Now think about your own life. Could you spend a single week without a private room? Or would that feel impossible? Let us know your answer in the comments. You might be surprised by what it reveals about the modern human mind, because the real story is only beginning. Everything changed around 10,000 years ago. It was not a new weapon or a new invention that transformed humanity. It was a seed. As people learned to grow crops and domesticate animals, they stopped wandering across the landscape. Villages appeared. Then, permanent houses. For the first time in history, walls and doors became part of everyday life. But these walls were never built just for comfort. They protected something entirely new: property. Grain had to be stored. Livestock had to be guarded. Families now owned land that could be defended, inherited, or stolen. Privacy was no longer only about people. It became a way to control wealth. Archaeological discoveries at Saydelhayuk, a 9,000-year-old settlement in present-day Turkey, reveal one of the world's earliest examples of this transformation. Homes stood tightly packed together. There were no streets between them. People walked across rooftops and entered their houses through openings in the ceiling. Inside, raised sleeping platforms, cooking areas, and storage spaces divided daily life into separate zones. It was a small step, but it marked the beginning of something revolutionary. So let me ask you this. What do you think came first? Our desire for privacy or our desire to protect what we owned? The answer may completely change the way you look at your own home. Because the next great civilizations would take this simple idea and turn it into an art form. As civilizations grew, privacy stopped being a simple matter of walls. It became a reflection of culture, power, and identity. In ancient Egypt, even ordinary homes were carefully organized into separate rooms. Yet privacy was expressed more through behavior than architecture. Family members shared space, but everyone understood invisible boundaries. The Egyptians valued privacy so deeply that they carried the idea into the afterlife, sealing tombs forever to protect the body for eternity. In ancient Greece, the home and the public square belonged to different worlds. Public life was for politics, debate, and reputation. Home was where family life remained hidden. In Rome, the rules changed again. Wealthy houses welcomed visitors into impressive entrance halls, but each room deeper inside became more exclusive than the last. The closer you moved toward the private quarters, the more trust you needed to enter. Meanwhile, in ancient India, architects designed homes so doors and windows would not face each other, reducing unwanted attention. In China, Confucian ideals treated the home as the only place where people could remove the social masks they wore in public and simply be themselves. Now, here's a question for you. If you could visit just one of these ancient homes for a single day, which would you choose? Egypt, Greece, Rome, India, or China? And more importantly, which civilization do you think understood privacy better than we do today? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to see which answer surprises everyone the most. For thousands of years, privacy meant protecting a physical space, a locked door, a hidden room, a sealed tomb. But the modern world quietly changed the rules. In 1890, two American lawyers, Samuel Warren and Louis Brandeis, argued that every person should have what they called the right to be let alone. Their idea became one of the foundations of modern privacy law. Decades later, scholar Alan Weston pushed the concept even further. He argued that privacy is not simply about hiding. It is about controlling who has access to your personal information. That sounds obvious today. Yet our brains were never designed for the digital world. Imagine someone standing outside your bedroom window, watching everything you do. Most of us would react instantly. We would close the curtains or call for help. But when a phone app asks for our location, contacts, photos, or browsing history, many of us tap accept without reading a single line. Why? Because evolution prepared us to detect visible threats, not invisible streams of data moving through servers thousands of miles away. Our instincts still belong to a prehistoric world, while our personal information travels through a digital one. And that raises a troubling question. If you had to choose, would you rather lose the key to your house? Or lose control of your personal data forever? Perhaps the greatest irony in human history is this. Our ancestors spent hundreds of thousands of years searching for safety together, while we spend much of our lives searching for privacy alone. Today, many of us have something that even kings could not imagine 1,000 years ago. A private bedroom, a locked smartphone, encrypted messages, and the freedom to close the world outside with a single click. We finally built the walls our ancestors never had, but every wall creates two sides. The same walls that protect our peace can also isolate us from our neighbors. The same technology that gives us control over our personal lives can quietly collect more information about us than any ancient ruler ever could. And the same silence we often crave can slowly become loneliness if it lasts too long. Maybe privacy was never meant to separate us from one another. Maybe it was meant to give us the freedom to choose when to connect. Now we'd love to hear from you. Do you think modern life gives us too much privacy? Too little privacy? Or have we simply traded real privacy for the illusion of it? Share your thoughts in the comments, because some of the most interesting conversations happen there. And if you're fascinated by the hidden history of humanity, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Every week, we explore the discoveries, mysteries, and forgotten stories that shaped who we are today. Tonight, when you close your door or unlock your phone, remember this. Privacy is one of humanity's newest inventions. For hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors lived without walls, yet they were rarely alone. Today, we have more privacy than ever before, but many people have never felt more isolated. The challenge is no longer building stronger walls. It is finding the balance between protecting ourselves and staying connected with others. If this documentary gave you a new perspective on human history, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves ancient civilizations and archaeology. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next journey into our past.